Parents, mentors, educators, and students alike. My name is Oscar Portillo, and I'm an alumnus of the wonderful work Unidosnow accomplishes each and every year. Today, I am both proud and grateful to have the opportunity of welcoming each and every one of you to this wonderful event. We're also very happy to be celebrating 100 years of Sarasota's anniversary. Education is the greatest equalizer. It has the power to transform lives, open new doors, tumble barriers, and build bridges, even in places where perhaps we did not believe they could exist before. That's why today, we're gathered here to celebrate the extraordinary accomplishments of many incredible young leaders whose talent, perseverance, wit, and character have led them all to this very special occasion. In my own life, my higher education has taken me to places like the Florida Capitol all the way to Washington, D.C., working together with changemakers like the ones we're celebrating today to reimagine the landscape of our communities and build a bigger, brighter, and better tomorrow together. The power of education teaches you a most powerful principle. It pushes you to dream big, reach high, break through the stars, and go beyond. As these young leaders go forward, they'll need to grasp onto the best of their determination and willingness to never stop pursuing the power of knowledge and personal growth. As we all celebrate and usher in a new moment in the lives of these magnificent young leaders, we as a community have a responsibility to help continue to guide them so that they have all the preparation and tools they'll need to lead our generation into the future. Now, I'm proud to introduce a message from our friend and program director, Cynthia Elenstar.
Good evening. I'm Cynthia Elenstar, program director at Unidosnow. This has been a challenging year for all of us. At the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, we knew that we had to take quick and innovative measures to adapt to the circumstances while recognizing the needs of the families that we serve. We switched the Future Leaders Academy program to an online format, taking advantage of the existing technologies. I'm proud to say that the transition from the in-person program to the online version was seamless. We were able to provide the students and their families with workshops via Zoom, as well as safe online spaces for them to communicate, such as GroupMe for students and the Facebook group for parents. And with the help of the community, we were able to provide students with electronic devices for them to continue their education online. I would like to give you an overview of the Future Leaders Academy. The program has two tracks, the Career Readiness and the College Prep track. In the Career Readiness track, our scholars learn about in-demand career opportunities and the programs offered by colleges such as SCF and technical colleges like MTC. They learn about themselves, they participate in immersive career exploration, and they discover their career path that are aligned with their goals and ambitions. In the College Prep track, our scholars learn about colleges and they learn how to apply to the most selective colleges in the country. They also learn how to prepare for the ACT, how to write compelling essays, how to create a college and a career plan that works for them, and how to develop their personal brand so that they can stand out in the college applications. In addition, they receive individual mentoring throughout the year. Together, with their hard work and dedication, our FLA seniors have been awarded almost $5 million in financial aid this year, and this amount does not include any loans. And now, it's my pleasure to welcome the Future Leaders Academy Baranski Scholars, class of 2021.
Greetings, my name is Nicholas Cuello, and I will be graduating from the IB program at Riverview High School. It is with much happiness and gratitude that I announce the end of my high school journey and look forward to the opening of many more in my pursuit of faith, education, and life at its fullest. In the last year, I've gained acceptance to my top choice schools, including the Wilkes Honors College at Florida Atlantic University, Wheaton College in Chicago, University of Miami, and Middlebury College, where I have chosen to attend. My position today could not be possible without the support of the Unidosnow Future Leaders Academy and the Baranski Foundation. The Future Leaders team, the future leaders themselves, and my mentor, Bill Spielberg, have been there every step of the way throughout the college process. And most importantly, my family and God have allowed me to have success in this chapter of my life. I have been blessed to see how much of a difference a caring person can make in the life of another. So for this reason, I'm confident in my commitment to the well-being and care of those who need it most in my community and in my pursuit of a career as a physician. It is a world-changing chain reaction to choose to receive love and to share it. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Nayara Piedraita, an A student enrolled at Sarasota High School. To begin with, I want to give thanks for the Baranski Foundation for supporting and making Unidosnow a possible blessing for both students and their families in my community. My experience with Unidosnow for the last 3 years has been very inspiring, from teaching me how to become a leader at both my school and my community, to assisting me in my plans for after high school as in career decision and college preparation. Due to the support group that had led me through the pathway, I am glad to say I will be the change in my family's generation. I want to give a special thanks to Mr. John Annis, who was there at the start of this journey, guiding me through opportunities. Thank you to Unidosnow's leaders, mentors, and volunteers who gave their time and dedication to see us succeed, who taught me to believe in my hard work and to opening many doors for me. And lastly, a special thanks to both my parents who motivated me day and night and who always believed in the best of me and was always there guiding me in the path of happiness and success. I am extremely grateful for all the knowledge I learned my past years in the FLA program, and I can't wait to continue spreading the knowledge and wisdom to many other students in my community. To inform you, I have decided to stay local and continue my education at the State College of Florida, maintaining in contact with the community partners guiding me through my future career. Even though it feels like the end, it is just the beginning of my next chapter in life, where I get to now spread my wings and walk on with the wisdom that I have gained from those who have stuck with me and pushed me into getting this far. For any incoming students, one thing I would like to leave with you is to never give up and push yourself to grow into the person you know you can become. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Daniela Rodriguez. I am a senior at Riverview High School. It is hard to imagine that 9 years ago I came to America without a type of preparation. I spoke not a word of English. Having lived with my grandparents for 5 years in Mexico in a small town with family that surrounded me changed abruptly when I came to America, because I came to a sister whom I had never met and my parents seemed more like strangers. In these past 9 years, I have had many ups and downs, and some of my hardest ones have been getting used to the food, getting to know the culture, and even having to get to know my family. But here I am today, in front of you, ready to make a decision about something that seemed unreachable last summer when I started this program, going to college. So I want to thank Unidosnow, Future Leaders Academy team, their effort during the hard year of 2020. I also want to thank the Baranski Foundation and my mentor for helping me through this journey, which is endless with sleepless nights and long days of writing essays and completing college applications. I have learned so much while being in this program, which has helped me evolve, not only as a student but also as a person. I have been accepted to colleges, but I have also been directed by others. Through this process, I have learned about the importance of hard work and resilience, and above all, of not giving up, because everyone can dream big and reach high. I am thrilled to share with all of you that I will be going to State College of Florida in the fall, where I plan on obtaining an associate's degree and then transfer to a university to pursue a degree in business. Life is a dance, and I am now able to say thanks to the Future Leaders Academy, I am a mature dancer.
Hi, my name is Orlando Abraham. I go to Sarasota High School and I'm in the ACE program. This year I was accepted into Florida State University and Penn State, and I've officially decided to attend Florida State in the summer of 2021. I plan to major in business administration. I would like to thank all of my friends and family for always supporting me, as well as Unidosnow for always guiding me in the right direction and giving me amazing opportunities. And I can't forget my mentor, Lou Franco, who gave me much guidance throughout this hard, stressful time. And also, this wouldn't be possible without the help of the Baranski Foundation. Thank you.
Hello, wonderful people. My name is Gabriela Gonzalez Duarte, and I am a senior graduating from Sunco Technical College and Riverview High School. I want to start by thanking Unidosnow and the Baranski Foundation for helping and supporting me during the college admission process. I'm going to start reading my personal statement. I used to be a sickly kid, and I can't remember a time in which I wasn't surrounded with doctors, nurses, or any sort of hospital staff. Instead of feeling out of place and lonely because I couldn't see my friends, the hospital was like a second home to me, and I could ask endless questions. All the members of the staff always explained to me as if I were an adult, what they were doing and why they were doing it. Adults used to tell me that I was a curious kid and that sometimes I asked way too many questions. But not once in my 18 years of life have I ever encountered a doctor that said, "You ask too many questions." They always encouraged me to learn. I remember when I was 9 years old, I had to go to the doctor to get a nasal lavage because I had a piece of pea stuck on my nose. Long story short, I was eating dinner with my family, my little brother made me laugh while I was swallowing, and the food came out the wrong way. I was absolutely scared of letting the doctor come anywhere near my nose with a syringe. Not because I fear a syringe or needles, but because I despise the idea of having someone put something in my nose, especially water. I even suggest surgery as an alternative. Thankfully, my pediatrician was extremely patient. She took a book from the shelf and showed me a picture of the nasal cavity. My mind was blown. At the time, I didn't know that the nose, mouth, and ears were all connected with tubes. Seeing that was like discovering a whole new world. So, I let my doctor do the procedure. And even though I'm comfortable, it was alright. After that experience, I knew I wanted to be like her. I wanted to help kids like me, kids who nobody seemed to understand and were scared of what was to come. I want to become a doctor. I moved from Venezuela when I was 14 years old, and my main concern was the college applications process. In my home country, this process is absolutely different, and I was at a loss of what to do. Now, I have the pleasure to say I have been accepted to the University of North Florida, Florida Gulf Coast University, and Duquesne University, but I will be attending my dream college, Ohio Wesleyan University. I am not the best at expressing how I feel, but with all my heart, I appreciate all the work that alumni, staff, program directors, my mentor Ginger Sheep and Carrie Seidman invest in me and in my college preparation. I couldn't have done it without them. And of course, I want to thank my parents, who left everything behind to allow me and my brothers to succeed and open our eyes to the outside world. And for always being there for me, even when I wanted to give up. You are the light of my life. I hope the more people find solace in my experience, I know that it is possible to learn an entirely new language and find ways to thrive in adversity. Finally, I want to thank again Unidosnow and the Baranski Foundation for always believing in me and for teaching me that the sky is truly the limit for me.
Good afternoon. My name is Miranda Klapp. I'm a senior at the Sarasota Military Academy, dual enrolled full-time with State College of Florida. I will be attending the University of Central Florida starting this summer as a Bachelor's in Fine Arts film major, minoring in creative writing. My goal is to become a development editor and a freelance videographer, and here's my personal statement. It's entitled, "Hi, I'll get back to you on that." I had a problem, and I was going to see it through. I sat in the waiting room anxious to voice what had been plaguing me and my family for the first time outside the household. "It's just an hour, you'll be fine, just tell them your problem." This is what I was thinking. The door opened, and a nuclear family strolled out with polite smiles inching past, and we went into the belly of the whale. I sat across from the therapist, took a deep breath, and said, "I'm transgender, I don't feel right, I don't know what to do, can you please help me?" He took the direct approach, wouldn't even allow me to elaborate how long I'd been feeling dysphoric, how I was being bullied, how tense my household and relationships were now. No. His outlying message was, "You're a girl, deal with it." Being transgender is overglorified on the internet as being all blue, pink, and white flags and loving yourself. But really, it's like looking in the mirror thinking, this isn't me. Why doesn't anyone understand that? Coming home to those who had known me as female my entire life, or doing routine things like showering, forced me to face the biological truth every day. There were times when my dad wouldn't even look at me the same because he missed his little girl. Times when being the new trans kid at a close-knit military prep school showed me how cruel people could be. When I decided I had enough of feeling sorry for myself and feeling insecure of my identity, that's when things got better. Needless to say, I changed therapists. Paula, a cognitive therapist, helped me straighten myself out. pun intended. Cognitive therapy is about changing how we think about our situations versus the previous approach of biological fact. In choosing to face my problem to understand myself and working on being introspective, I was able to make peace with my trauma and focus on what the next step would be for my mental health. It took time, tears, and numerous fights at home to learn how to assert and advocate for myself. I'm using my journey to champion myself and others with mental health. Struggling with mental health. I have a passion for writing and film because both are about telling stories, and every good story, an audience can sympathize and even root for the villain because of their potential for change. They realize their strongest power in life is that they can choose. Because I now understand these various perspectives, students seeing an openly trans kid as a threat to their values, loving and worried parents, and confused strangers who get more than they could bargain for, I'm able to view a situation from multiple angles and empathize. Learning the value of mental health, self-esteem, and being assertive has led me to reach out to mental health-oriented organizations, resulting in my promotional videos being featured on their websites, YouTube channels, and national conferences. Already, I have experienced how my art has touched people. I want to continue to explore how visual arts can reach others and branch out from mental health. I aspire to allow my audience to step into the lives of other people and share the joys and hardships of my characters. We want to be loved and supported just as much as the viewer does. I'm using this lesson of change to pursue a career in filmmaking and writing. I will reach my own high standards because when I have a problem, I see it through. Now, I smile back at the maturing teen in the mirror and tell her if she persists and advocates for what she wants, she can tell the stories that touch people and influence the next generation of artists. In this final stretch between high school and college, I'd like to thank Unidosnow for their continued support, diligence, and positive attitude, and my mentors for their insightful tips and feedback. I'd also like to thank the Baranski Foundation for supporting the Future Leaders Academy, a program that opens the world of opportunities for students. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nicholas. I very much appreciate this opportunity to share my background alongside the Future Leaders Academy class of 2021. Completely Peruvian and completely American, I'm not split but united in my duality. I'm a Peruvian mestizo, a descendant of indigenous peoples and Spaniards. My mother is from Arequipa, a majestic city in the Peruvian highlands. The Inca Emperor Mayta Capac, captivated by its colorful landscape, announced in Quechua, Ari que pai, meaning, here we stay. I wish my family stayed longer. My father was born in Lima, a metropolis packed with overcrowded buses swerving beneath foggy skies. The Limeños of the bustling capital are affectionate people. I spent summers in Peru connecting with family and immersing myself in my native language and culture. Tasting delicious pollo a la brasa and lemony ceviche, learning Peruvian history in museums and archaeological sites, I deepened my Peruvian identity. I'm proud to know the land and people I come from. I was accepted into the Future Leaders Academy after my brother successfully completed the academy. Since then, I have learned about the college admissions process and have gained significant insight into everything from resume building to essay writing. This invaluable mentorship has helped me greatly in my academic career, and I am fortunate to have connected with such a great program. In my 8th grade biology class, my curiosity in the science of life was sparked, and since then I've been keenly reading articles on gene editing advancements, from gene therapy to CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing. This fall, I will attend Yale University to major in molecular, cellular, and developmental biology. I plan to become a biological researcher, viewing the human body through the lens of molecular biology in order to investigate the roots of disease and their impact on their physiology. Thank you, Senor Yengle, for advising me as I research colleges and for offering your advice on my supplemental essays. I would also like to thank the Baranski Foundation and Unidosnow for investing in my future and for believing in my aspirations. Remaining resilient and learning and sharing knowledge, this is how I will navigate my way forward. Thank you.
Good afternoon, my name is Yaneti Cervantes. I am a senior at Bayshore High School and I do enrollment at SCF. In elementary school, we would dress up as we wanted to be in the future. Each time I dressed up in a white coat with a stethoscope around my neck and declared I'm going to become a doctor someday. I always had the same goal throughout the years, thinking I will become someone important that will save lives and I will go into the medical field someday. But it was not until my junior year of high school that I committed to my dream. My first year taking college classes at the State College of Florida was a groundbreaking opportunity for me. I kept adding on more goals as I came to learn more, and it felt like my first year of college taking the basic general education classes flew by. Now in my senior year is the time to experience these prerequisites and to dip my toes into the world of the medical, specifically nursing field. With dark circles under my eyes, messy hair, studying until 3 a.m., the occasional breakdowns, and new coffee addiction, my anatomy and physiology college level class has prepared me for college. There are times when I wonder if I'm not good enough to be a nurse, and what if I can't get into a good nursing program right away. These negative thoughts that run through my head attempt to bring me down. It is when I remember what I learned in FLA. I feel empowered again, and I tell myself that I can do it. This journey would not have been possible without the support of many people. I'd like to thank the FLA team at Unidosnow for their amazing support and for always believing in me. I'd also like to thank my mentors who selflessly donated their time and talents to help me through this journey. Also, a big thank you to the Baranski Foundation for making through their support the dreams of so many first-generation, low-income students possible. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my parents. When I look at them, I remember everything they have sacrificed to give me everything I have today. All they have done and keep doing for me makes this sacrifice worth it. I can't let them down or myself down. I am the first generation in my family to finish high school, and I will go into the University of Tampa in the spring and will be the first in my whole family to become a nurse.
Hello everybody, my name is Sebastian Martinez and I'm a senior at Booker High School. I'm honored to be here today recognizing the hard work and well-earned success of every single individual here. After 4 years of consistent work, community involvement, speeches, and events, with the help of Unidosnow Future Leaders Academy, I've been accepted into my colleges of choice, Louisiana State University, The Ohio State University, and where I intend on continuing my study, Penn State University, furthering my education and my field of knowledge. I'm a first-generation Mexican-American student. I am proud to say that after having countless doors slammed in my face, after being told what I would never accomplish, I'll be the first one in my family to go to college. I finally made it to the point where I can prove not only to those who didn't believe in me, but to myself that I was worth the time, that I was worth the effort. I have the opportunity to turn my passion in helping others into a reality through political action, laws, and legislation. I'm beyond grateful for being accepted into the FLA program, because without it, I would be lost in the deadlines and requirements throughout the college application process. Unidosnow has built me into a dedicated person and a future leader. Unidosnow has believed in me. A special thanks to the entire Unidosnow team for giving me the opportunity to be involved. My mentors, Bill and Victor, for tremendously helping me, for guiding me through my required documents and paperwork, things from my personal statement in my college application and extra documents that I needed to submit so that my application could be evaluated by my colleges. Without them, I don't believe I could have written anything nearly as good as what I submitted. I'd also like to thank my parents for pushing me to limits every day and reminding me that there's a reason for it all, that there's a reason to keep trying. My parents inspire me through their hard work and dedication and their attitude of never giving up. And that is something I will take with me as I continue on in my life. Finally, I'd like to thank the Baranski Foundation for making it all possible for me and other future leaders to succeed in their lives, continuing their education, creating a path for everyone here to advance further into their future and ours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First, I would like to thank Unidosnow and the Future Leaders Academy for giving me this wonderful opportunity to represent them. For those who don't know me, my name is Rosemary Estrada, and I am a senior at Northport High School. I am part of an amazing Mexican family that believes that hard work always pays off, and without their support, I could never be where I am today. However, it was never an easy route for me to reach the success that I've achieved so far. It seemed distant and unattainable to have the opportunity to study at a 4-year college. My struggles due to the language barrier and utter unpreparedness for the future put me in a very difficult place in my life. But I found hope and support in Unidosnow and the Future Leaders Academy. They helped me in more ways than I can describe. Thanks to FLA, I met some amazing people, including mentors, and even made new friends. I learned about how important planning for the future is, the key values of an education, and the variety of opportunities I can acquire in fulfilling my dream. Thanks to them, I can say that I've been accepted to colleges such as USF, UCF, UNF, and even the prestigious University of Florida. I am proud to say that starting this spring, I'll be a Florida Gator pursuing a bachelor's degree in business management. Unidosnow showed me that the people like me, first-generation Latinos in our schools and those who will get out there and fight for their future can achieve the American dream of receiving a proper education that any person, no matter where they are from, no matter what their financial situation might be, Unidos Now has given me that chance, and I'll be forever grateful for that. I'll be grateful for all the Zoom meetings and mentoring and workshops for the Unidos Now team's dedication to their mission to elevate the quality of life of the growing Hispanic Latino community through education, integration, and civic engagement. Thank you to the Baranski Foundation for funding the Future Leaders Academy. Thank you for making it possible that people like me can receive the encouragement, support, and guidance we need to create a better future for ourselves and our families.
Good afternoon, my name is Helen Calla and I am a senior in the ACE program at Sarasota High School, and this is my personal statement. During my first few trips back home, I went through countless pairs of flip-flops. The soles of my first couldn't handle the rough ground, the clinging dirt, or the tiny rocks that seemed my toes, which I could understand as I made them go through miles and miles daily. Eventually, one of the rocks opened a hole big enough for it to reach my heel, and I knew those had come to an end. My second pair didn't get as much of a use. During an exploration of my aunt's backyard for the long-awaited Cuban mangoes, I felt something crawling up my legs. Before I could even look down, it felt like all of my senses were engaged in an incredibly painful sensation as if fire ants bit me, so I chuckled them off and ran screaming. My third pair, the originally off-white but now brown tone from revisited childhood places, were nevertheless in good enough condition to be passed down to my aunt. I've gone through many flip-flops, but I can afford it. It seems like a lifetime ago that I couldn't. A lifetime in which I was writing prescriptions on my kitchen floor. Although my mom wasn't too happy with my use of the only ink around the house, I'd imitate the messy writing I saw during my appointments to better my asthma. I was fascinated by how simply observing my breathing, they instantly knew what was wrong. Beyond my home, this was a time where a principal taught the class because of the lack of substitutes. I was sent home midday because the school couldn't provide me with lunch. And I cried after I didn't get to be class president because I didn't have anything to offer the teachers besides my effort. Typical communist regime type things. This routine changed significantly when my dad finally got his visa approved. After being told no 4 times, he had the chance to change the family narrative. So he went, even if it meant leaving us behind. In the meantime, it was up to me to assist my mom in their photography business, to be paid with packaged milk, which was scarce, or money, and help encourage my friend who was handling her similar immigration situation a bit differently. A few years went by of gathering the paperwork and eating bread and oil for dinner, and finally, the time came. We were given an interview date. Marking 1,066 days since Dad had been gone, I kissed the walls of my house, hugged the rest of my family goodbye, and ever since I closed the airport door, it's been a learning road. With just 85 cents left on my dad's bank account, we started over. After having spent time here, I was blessed to perform well in a 5th grade math exam that got me to an advanced math class, where I was introduced to an accelerated program and eventually, through meeting people who saw my potential, came to understand the immense amount of opportunities that can come from academics and serving my community. I continue to go back home every summer, continue to break and give away flip-flops and the grounds I've stepped on since I was born. What great responsibility I have is untold. How can I explain to the people that once held me in their arms and fed me that the roof that's falling on their head is not the norm? How could I look in the eyes of the scholars I competed with when I was younger and not tear up when I see them ruin their lives smoking cigarettes and because there's just no point for effort? On the other hand, how do I look at my classmates here and co-sign their complaining about problems I once dreamed of having? These days, when I'm wearing the BSL2 coat while conducting research or speaking to a Harvard professor about brain health, it's easy to forget. It's every time I must take the suitcase out of the closet, look back at the pictures, and walk those same roads that my heart aches a little. I remember that while I'll never be barefoot again, I once was. I can afford new flip-flops now, but those who once carried me on their shoulders so I wouldn't have to walk the cold grounds can't. So, to show my love, even if it'll never be enough, I give them my flip-flops. At the end of the day, a little dirt between my toes never hurt. So, just to end it, I wanted to give a special thank you to the Unidos family, the Unidos Now alumni, Nicole Light and KJ Vorndran, who are my mentors, the Baranski Foundation, of course, and my family and friends for helping me through my journey and the entire college process. So thank you, and have a good day.
Hello, my name is Alonso, and I am a senior at Yaneti High School. Since I emigrated from Venezuela to the United States in 2018, my family and I have been stumbling over leaving everything behind and starting a new life in a strange land. We hopped on a plane with a dreamful mind and a hopeful heart that deep inside was bruised from the loved ones we left behind. But most importantly, we never lost our hope. The hope that one day we'll come back to our house in Los Olivos and have that pavilion with the whole family one more time. Regardless of the sad and challenging moments, I started letting myself out of the bubble and expressing myself more. Thanks to the Future Leaders Academy, I discovered that I can help people from so many places and ages, and go from building a friendship with a 76-year-old woman at a food pantry to teaching square roots to a 12-year-old. I am now excited about how much I can do here and how far I can go. I get goosebumps just thinking about what I can achieve in college and how I can be an agent of change. Each one of the FLA scholars has come from a long, difficult pathway. But what defines us is our resilience and capacity to turn those experiences into an impulse to help our community and become leaders. I am so grateful to have found these people in my life and be a part of this family that expands every day. My journey now continues now in State College of Florida, where I will continue to thrive and work hard to achieve my dreams. Thank you, Unidosnow, my mentor, Rodrigo Jengle, and the Baranski Foundation for giving me the opportunity to take on a leadership role in my community, which allowed me to be selected to the Bank of America Student Leaders Program and receive a scholarship from the Manatee County branch of the AAUW and the Community Foundation of Sarasota County. Unidosnow motto is Dream Big and Reach High, and I intend to do just that.
Hello, my name is Hitamini Martinez, and I am a senior at Team Success. On a Saturday morning during my freshman year, my mother asked me to go work with her. I didn't want to go, but I said yes anyways. As she drove up to the driveway, I looked up and I saw a 3-story house. I never expected my mother to work in such a mansion. Rather, I expected it to be a 1-story house. As I picked up trash and swept, I noticed how difficult this job is, and I asked myself, why does my mother work such a hard job? This moment made me recognize the importance of my mother's sacrifice. My parents would tell me to study hard or dream of going to college. I'd always say yeah and brushed it off. However, this made me realize the importance of going to school. All the material, essentials, food, and things was by my mother working through these jobs. Everything I own was given so I can have better resources. This makes me appreciate the hard work my parents do at the age of 54 and 62, just so I can have an opportunity. Now, I'm involved in the National Honor Society as president and founded the school chapter of Unidosnow. Taking this new challenge made me go out of my comfort zone. I'm usually the type to be a member, but now I take stand to become a leader. Having this chance to start the club in my school gives me great joy and honor. Knowing this, I hope this legacy doesn't end here, but continues to grow and multiply. Taking these leadership allows me to help other students in the same position as I was before. It gives me great joy to mentor others so they can apply for scholarship, the Common App, or have a better understanding of their second post-education. All of these things motivate me to go to college and pursue a career that will allow me to help those in need. This is just not for my parents, but for myself. I've been accepted to the State College of Florida this fall. I'm planning on studying social work and psychology. I want to give my thanks to Unidosnow for the great effort they gave us in the FLA. This program helped me immensely to have a better understanding of the application and scholarship process. Without them, I would have been lost and unprepared. I also want to thank the Baranski Foundation for sponsoring this program by giving us this opportunity. I also want to thank my mentor, Adriana, who has been a great support along the way, as well with all of those who were in the process with me. I am more motivated than ever to work hard and have a successful life. Doing schoolwork and thinking about my parents gives me great energy to keep pushing forward for my academics. Now, when I'm told to work hard or dream about college, I imagine myself graduating from a university with a diploma, shaking hands with the dean, and moving my tassel from right to left. Waiting for this moment to arrive will be a dream come true.
Hi, I'm Giancarlo Centron and an SCF Collegiate School graduate. I want to give a very big thanks to Unidosnow, my mentor, and the Baranski Foundation for helping not only me and my family, but also every first-generation incoming college student. We wouldn't be able to navigate this crazy new world of the American education system without them, and especially in a worldwide pandemic. FLA has given much insight into how to stand out and show our best version of ourselves, and to be chosen by schools and our future careers of our dreams. I started late in the program and had to catch up on missed Zoom calls by watching many YouTube videos, but thankfully I caught up fast and was able to participate and learn with the rest of the group. I have been accepted into the University of Central Florida, which is a huge accomplishment for me and my family, and I want to give thanks to them for putting up with me for being glued to a computer screen. It's become a doorway for me to get to learn techniques and show all the world my stories and the worlds that have been inhabiting my mind to all the people around the world. My imagination will soon be able to reach others in ways I have only seen possible in movies and TV shows, and this dream has become a real possibility thanks to everyone that has helped me and the rest of us to get to where we are today. And we, as seniors, get the privilege to become freshmen freshies all over again.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Axel Salas, and I'm a senior at Sarasota High School enrolled in the ACE program. I first heard about the Unidosnow program through a church congregant. I remember walking into my first school club meeting as a freshman. I was a shy girl who knew nothing about college. I only knew I wanted to attend. Throughout the past 4 years, this high school club and year-long program have taught me how to become a leader and fortified me while serving as a stepping stone to realizing my post-secondary goals. Unidosnow has been a blessing to my family and me. The Dream Team has provided me with educational opportunities, shown me the college process by offering hands-on training, and taken me on countless college tours. I would like to thank my mentor, Sandy Chase, for all of her countless hours and patience in helping me write exceptional college and scholarship essays. Also, my mentor, Don Ullman, who has supported me and encouraged me to continue working hard. But most importantly, I'd like to thank my family. My parents, who love me and have supported me my whole life. My mom, my best friend, who can always make me laugh, and even during hard times, and reminds me to keep smiling. My dad, who has worked so hard for my family to bring us where we are today. And my 2 younger siblings, who are full of energy and bring sunshine to my life. I'm excited to begin my education at Florida Gulf Coast University, to receive a bachelor's in communications with the ultimate career goal of becoming a lawyer. As a first-generation Latina, I am grateful for this program and to be part of the Unidosnow family, and also to the Baranski Foundation, which have made this program possible for my peers and I. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brianna, and I'm a senior at Pineview, and this is my personal statement. The smell of arroz frito and puerco asado hit my nose. The noise of a dozen conversations happening all at once blended into one harmony. Some voices were shouting, some were laughing, but they were all enjoying the moment. You could also pick up the whistling of an espresso machine and look to your right to see a vibrant and proud Cuban flag displayed on the wall. These are all the ingredients that made up my father's restaurant. When I was younger, I never really thought of how much of an impact his restaurant had on everyone, much less me. Now looking back and seeing what the restaurant still is today and everything that it represents, I see it for being something more. It gives me and everyone the sense of culture, family, and generosity. All these values that I cherish and try to display to this day. Every time I was there, I witnessed my father's generosity and consideration with customers, and I always tried to mirror that, and with all those same qualities every day. Whether it is at my own job or even with my own friends, I'm known for asking too many questions or caring too much about others. I get these qualities from my father. One of the most beautiful parts was witnessing customers of all kinds of backgrounds and cultures step into the walls of the restaurant. Customers would come from all different countries, Mexico, Haiti, Brazil, you name it. And it was also fascinating how a small restaurant, such as this one, could unify a whole community with food. Seeing this, I try to pick up on how to say certain phrases of each different language to make sure the customer would laugh and to make them feel comfortable. It also helped me feel more comfortable and appreciate all these different backgrounds. Also, the same level of kindness could be shown no matter where someone was from. Being able to understand a few words in another's language shows that you care and that they would feel acknowledged. This is why instead of taking Spanish in my school, which would have been easier, I chose to take French and learn about French culture. Later on, my hopes are to learn some Portuguese and some Italian so that I can indulge in their cultures. This would mean that I could show the same amount of kindness my father showed to his customers, but now to a wider audience. By speaking someone's native language, you can hear their stories and immediately create a bond with them. The sense of family and culture and kindness are all shown just by understanding someone's voice. And this is who I want to be. So, last year I joined the FLA program at Unidosnow, thinking that it was solely a chance to help me succeed, when in reality it has made a great impact on my life. Help with the SAT prep and reviewing skills and the college process were just a few ways that the program has helped me in reaching my future goals. Knowledge overall for higher education was helpful and one I'm very grateful for. Along with the educational support, the overall atmosphere and emotional support was something I'm grateful for in particular. The help of Unidosnow was always reassuring, as well as my amazing mentor, Kathy, who has never given up on me. My parents are also my rocks and support in every decision I make, and for that I could never thank them enough. My own mental health had been tested this year, so the emotional help of all the people helped me push through my own anxieties and worries. Unidos has helped me become more confident in myself and shape the way I view my own future and career. Information on resume building has been especially useful for me in opening new scholar opportunities. Luckily, I was admitted into my selected colleges such as University of South Carolina, FIU, and FSU. The college I'll now be attending is FIU during the fall, and I could not be more grateful for the impact both Unidosnow and the Baranski Foundation have had on my life. My dream is no longer far into the future, but one that I can accomplish today. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Adriana Giber. I'm in the International Baccalaureate Korean program at Riverview High School, and I'll be attending the University of Tampa as an honors pre-med biology student this fall. My mom and I came to the United States from my home country of Venezuela. But everything quickly changed. While in our trip, Venezuela's situation worsened. 2 weeks after my arrival, my dad called to say we could not be returning to our home country. I had to start school in a foreign place, surrounded by people who I did not know. Worst of all, I did not have the chance to say goodbye to my family and friends. I have to give up relationships and dreams. Those first 6 months were the darkest and most terrifying moments of my life. Separated from our family, my mother and I held against the world to reunite with my father. We helped each other stay emotionally strong during the most traumatic events in our life. Angry, depressed, and confused, I reflected on why destiny put me where I was. The first thought that came to my mind was that I did not have any choice. As an immigrant, I did not know the native language well. Many days I doubted myself, and I did not feel strong enough to achieve my dreams. Then I looked up at my parents, working so hard, day and night, to create a place for us in America. They stay strong despite losing their careers, home, and family. As I reflected on why life put me where I was, I put it all into perspective and realized all my parents' sacrifices to give me a safe and better future. From that moment on, I decided not to give up, knowing what they had done for me. My parents were my greatest support and motivation. Seeing their hard work inspired me to set difficult academic challenges for myself. Their love and work ethic gave me a higher sense of responsibility, maturity, and determination. As I worked hard, my path and purpose became clear. I want to give back the help that I received in this great country that I now call my home. Today, I have learned to appreciate the present life itself as a gift. I have learned to set short-term goals that push me toward my more significant aims. I have learned to set my sights high. When I look back, I realize a beautiful truth. I receive new beginnings, opportunities, and adventures. Now, as I look toward my bright future, my paths have taught me the invaluable lessons that I now have to share with those that are outside. I am here to motivate people to be part of a new and more fantastic version of the world. Thanks to Unidosnow and the Baranski Foundation, its staff, great directors for giving me the light, hope, and support that I most needed. Thanks to Unidosnow, I keep fighting for a future with determination and hard work. I thank its great directors, mentors, and many professionals who have created of me a bigger person and who have made me find a new pathway.
Hello everyone, my name is Juan Jose Alvarez Fernandez. I'm a graduating senior from Yaneti School for the Arts. I feel very honored to be here today to celebrate success, at a time where accomplishments and meeting certain expectations might feel out of reach. As a kid, I had an immense imagination. I used to sit on the stairs of my home, and as visitors gathered, I would examine their faces through the stair railings. I remember being mesmerized by their expressions and the details on their face. Every line and every wrinkle led to an emotion that I was still trying to understand. At probably 5 years old, a pad of paper and a pencil was the canvas where my hands would stay for long periods of time. And although most would say my early illustrations were just scribbles, I knew that was just the beginning. Being here today, a graduating senior, you might think we are celebrating an end to adolescence. But what we are truly celebrating today is a beginning. A beginning I would not have had I not joined the Unidosnow organization. This year has been rough. It's been difficult for all of us. I mean, we are in the middle of a pandemic. Besides that, we also have college and the future. 2 words that can be very scary if you don't have the help from the right people. And I'm lucky that I know the right people. The right people, of course, being the Unidosnow organization and the Baranski Foundation. There's no way that I would have been able to ride this wave and get accepted to all the colleges I applied to without their help. Getting accepted to the Future Leaders Academy was probably one of the highlights of my years. I enjoyed being encouraged by an excellent organization and a group that joins me in my beliefs regarding the Hispanic Latino community. The people behind the scenes who are the leaders of these programs are inspiring, lovely, helpful, and so devoted to their causes. And I can't explain how thankful I am to have been able to work alongside them. If there's one thing I would like people to take away from my experience, it's that kindness and helping others is always the correct answer. Many people here could be out and about doing other things for themselves, but instead, they're here joining us today, helping us become better people and the future leaders of tomorrow. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Camila Fermin, and I am a senior in the International Baccalaureate program at Riverview High School. Thank you for being here to support this incredible class of 2021 and let us share our stories. I cannot pinpoint when my story starts or when it will end, but I can tell you about a high school football game. I can tell you about a night when the noise was deafening and the crowd cheered as my brother cried for food, water, and sleep. I remember that the only thing I wished to do was to cry along with him, but I kept my composure and asked my aunt to pick us up. My brother was 3 and I was 15. That night, I felt deprived of a youthful sense of liberty because of the responsibilities I had to undertake. Indeed, I've come a long way since those days when I waited until late hours of the night for my mom to come home from bussing tables at a restaurant. I started to assume this adult role 3 years ago, when my family's given as well as poverty, the one that made my mom struggle to afford my brother's diapers or make food last. My parents traded their medical vocations for my opportunities in the land of the free, and I'll be eternally thankful to them. I became mom for 8 hours a day, and then as part of my identity, I worried about issues such as money, safety, and migratory status. I stressed over my parents' decisions and wondered whether I was raising my brother well. I also realized I didn't have the privilege to crumble over the changes in my life. I had to stay strong for my family and myself. So, when the estrangement from this noble life overpowered me, I forced myself to believe that I deserved all the opportunities coming my way. I didn't decline my responsibilities. Instead, I embraced anything life threw at me. And now, my experiences are helping me achieve the dreams my teenage self strives for. Thanks to Unidosnow and the Baranski Foundation, these goals of contributing with humanity's wonders and working on its flaws can come through the achievement of post-secondary education. Thanks to Unidosnow and the Baranski Foundation, I was accepted in institutions like University of Florida, Emory University, Williams College, and I just accepted to attend Stanford University. These organizations and the beautiful people I have met through them helped me believe in my potential and become the person I am today. I like to call Unidosnow part of my family because that's what they've become. Today, I don't see myself crying in the bleachers anymore. I see myself winning the whole game as my family cheers in the distance. Thank you.
What a marvelous opportunity to hear direct testimonials from this class of scholars on the magnitude of their incredible achievements. From their hard work in school to their driving passions and the careful decisions they've made, we could not feel any prouder. These students have demonstrated to all of us exactly just how great their determination and optimism has been, bringing them forward to this moment where we can convene to celebrate not just their admission to some of the most prestigious and outstanding colleges and universities across the nation, but their strive to continue after the pursuit of knowledge and opportunity by pushing any and all barriers. Through immensely hard work, their accomplishments throughout this pandemic have amounted to hand each of them a most powerful tool, their education. It will be the avenue through which they'll work to uplift our communities, finding resolution to the most pressing issues of our time by being consensus builders and bridging gaps. Whether these outstanding scholars go near or far, we can be certain that the future isn't just in the right hands. It's worth fighting for. They'll be shining examples of the triumph we can accomplish by bringing bright, talented minds together. Like the saying goes, it truly does take a village. And we cannot wait to watch them bring transformational change to the world. Now, I have the honor of introducing someone who has been a mentor to myself and many other students whose lives have been impacted by the incredible work of Unidosnow, our Executive Director, Luiz Corcuera. Luz, thank you for being a lifelong leader in our community. Bienvenida.
Thank you so much, Oscar, for doing a wonderful job this evening and for being a role model and an inspiration to so many. Good evening, buenas noches. Decision Day is one of the most important events of the year, where we renew our hope for a brighter future and affirm our commitment to continue our impactful work of empowering our leaders of tomorrow. We have so much to celebrate. Our remarkable scholars just share their stories filled with dreams, aspirations, and hard work that are being realized with their family love and support and a caring community that believes in them. Congratulations on earning almost $5 million in scholarships and grants and the opportunity to attend amazing colleges. We are very fortunate to partner with our local colleges, the school districts of Sarasota and Manatee, the local foundations, the generous and dedicated mentors, friends, and donors who believe in our mission work and in building a better future for our young people. Their support and partnership has been instrumental during the pandemic and beyond. My gratitude to our visionary board of directors for their leadership and to the amazing and talented Dream Team for their passion and dedication. It's an honor to work with each and every one of them. You may not get to see all the faces, and you will get to see maybe some more than others, but I want to make sure that we recognize their individual and collective work. Thank you, Dream Team, for giving your heart and soul to Unidosnow. Padres, amigos, familiares y todos los que nos apoyan y apoyan a estos jóvenes, muchas gracias por ayudarlos a realizar sus sueños y por creer en ellos y en el futuro que están construyendo y las puertas que están abriendo para las futuras generaciones. The Future Leaders Academy program is offered thanks to the generous support of the Charles and Marjorie Baranski Foundation. They are our source of guidance and encouragement. Over the years, John Annis has become one of the most respected friends of Unidosnow, opening doors for our students and their families. Terry Hansen and the Baranski Foundation are behind some of the most important and impactful projects in our region. Terry's exemplary and inspiring leadership is widely recognized and applauded. We are so fortunate to partner with Terry and her talented team and are grateful for their continued support. Terry, we thank you for embracing Unidosnow and the incredible scholars that we've heard this evening. Thank you for helping them realize their dreams and for opening a path of opportunities for generations to come. Now, it's my honor to introduce Terry Hansen, President and CEO of the Charles and Marjorie Baranski Foundation. Please join me in welcoming Terry.
Good evening, and thank you, Luiz. I laughed when I saw the run of show because I couldn't think of any possible way to follow these incredible stories. You touched my heart. Thank you. My team often comments how this is one of the most impactful events of the year, and there's never a dry eye by the end of the evening. So thank you for doing that for our hearts. I first want to applaud and congratulate these incredible scholars. You are all living examples of the power of determination and hard work. It has been an especially hard time these past 14 months, and the fact that you've stuck with your dreams is an incredible measure of your character. You're an inspiration to all of us. Chuck and Margie Baranski truly loved our scholars. Chuck and Margie believed in the power of education to change lives. And their vision was to allow all children to have the same opportunities they did. Chuck used to say that education is a thing that no one can take away from them. And that is why we continue to support you and the Future Leaders Academy. Scholars, the investment you have made in yourselves today and continue to make will ripple throughout your life. We wish you nothing but the best as you find your passions and build on your success. We are so impressed by you and pleased for you and wish you all the best life has to offer. Thank you.
When we work together to collectively strengthen and build our communities for the better, we have the opportunity to tumble down barriers and hand keys to the doors of opportunities to all. Terry, thank you not just for your uplifting remarks, but for embracing the principle of community and leading from the heart. Your partnership with Unidosnow and beyond has helped to transform lives. I now have the honor of introducing a friend and a driving force for education, our chairman of the board and co-founder of Unidosnow, Kelly Kirschner. Kelly, we are more than excited to hear from you.
Thank you very much. I'm really starting to feel old when I see that you are a senior, Oscar, and there's a tremendous amount of pride we have for all of our students, and it's really awesome to see a student like you now really a highly decorated, one of the most decorated probably students coming out of Manatee County who's equally decorated at USF. And now is becoming such an exemplary master of ceremonies that I'm worried that you're not going to pursue the career you are, and we're going to see you in Hollywood sometime doing this instead of doing the things you need to do to transform the world.
So, he said he feels very old because now you're a senior.
So just quickly, because I know that probably everyone this year is exhausted with Zoom and watching on simulcast, but this is really a special day, and it's unfortunate, but hopefully the last time that we'll be doing this via video. But still, as Terry just said, such an emotional day, hearing some of the stories, some of our students that just arrived here a few years ago, not speaking any English at all, how far they've come, that really embody truly is the American dream. And what Unidosnow, when we founded this organization in 2010, was really entirely about. And that was bringing together this immigrant community and weaving it into the fabric of Sarasota and Manatee counties. And so we cannot do that without critical partners like Terry Hansen, John Annis, and the Baranski Foundation. We can't do it without our volunteer mentors. We can't do it without that dream team that Luiz Corcuera just spoke to, this incredible staff that we have. And we can't do it without having partners in the community beyond the Baranski Foundation, kind of like Christina and Kareem and Makshu Productions that are helping us today. And so really thank you to all of you. That I think the ripple effects that we have, it will take probably many decades, if not hopefully centuries, to appreciate the impact that all of these young people that are going on to pursue their dreams in higher education, to do what Oscar talked about, really transformational opportunities in this community, and we hope around the world, in leveraging this investment that the Baranski Foundation has made into generating pretty much $5 million in scholarships. It's really an incredible testament to this collective effort that all of you are a part of today. So thank you. I also just want to say that I'd be remiss in not saying it, that this is the centennial, 100 years of the foundation of Sarasota County. Sarasota County, while we say it was founded, certainly home to many thousands of years of Native Americans that lived in this area and plowed the waters of Sarasota Bay. And from that legacy of our indigenous ancestors to now all of us who are immigrants to these shores, and what we do as stewards for this community, I would just close with what our young man who went back home and was telling us about his visit to Peru and learning the Quechua word for here we stay, Ariquepai, Ariquepai, hopefully I said that correctly, which is really beautiful, and it grounds us in this space of the community that has nurtured all of our scholars. And I will share that back to you, and I've been doing that for a number of years during this event for our scholars that are listening with us live right now, that there is something that this community has invested in you, this organization Unidosnow, the Baranski Foundation, your mentors, the staff of Unidosnow. And remember that, and your heart while you're going away to Syracuse, to Duke, to Yale, to Ohio Wesleyan, and some of you are staying close, but you're still perhaps going to go far away at some point. Remember this place that has nurtured you, and please remember to come back, to invest similarly in the young people in this community so that they have opportunities, because to those whom much has been given, much will be expected, and we expect a lot of you. We know that on your broad shoulders that expectation can be shouldered, and we know that you will have that impact upon the world. So Godspeed to you all. Felicidades a los padres de familia. Lo que ustedes han hecho, obviamente, lo que hemos escuchado hoy es una maravilla, y todo empezó con el trabajo de ustedes, el riesgo que ustedes tomaron en llevar sus familias acá. Así que felicidades, gracias por todo el apoyo, and thank you all for tuning in again this evening. Thanks very much, Oscar, as well.
Gracias, Kelly, por esas palabras maravillosas. Padres, familias y estudiantes, esta noche de celebración ha sido un momento increíblemente especial. After tonight, I hope everyone feels a renewed spirit of optimism and big-hearted hope for the future. I believe these scholars will go forward to break down barriers, tune out the noise, and find resolve for the greatest challenges we face. Thank you to each and every one of the partners of Unidosnow who made tonight possible. From the production team at Makshu Productions, our board member Karen Arango, our own dream team members like Cynthia Elenstar, Lisbeth Oskubilka, our mentors, the Bay Conservancy Park for providing a beautiful location for our scholars, our families, and our friends. Thank you all for tuning in.